everyone, and welcome to Johnson Field at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm your host, Devin A. Williams, and you're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Tonight, we will have a matchup between the Eckerd College Tritons and the Tampa Spartans. As we start the national anthem here at Johnson Field, we'll take a short break, and we'll see you back once that concludes. Welcome back to Johnson Field here at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida. Once again, I'm your host, Devin A. Williams, and you're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Tonight, the Tritons will face the University of Tampa Spartans in what should be a great match between both teams, as the overall record for the Tritons is 3-4-4. And the record for Tampa is 5-1-5. So it should be a fairly even matchup between both of these teams this evening. Now for the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visitors from Tampa, number 1, Aiden Smith in goal. Number 2, Sophia Libman. Number 3, Zoe Whitten. Number 4, Sophia Carholm. Number 9, Brooke Kittner. Number 10, Sydney Dennis. Number 11, Nellie Brynus. Number 15, Kate Russell. Number 18, Allie Wold. Number 19, Ella Armas. And number 26, Tally O'Leary. The Spartans are coached by Aaron Switowski and assisted by Trent Frederick, Monica Lovett, and Kimmy Edgeworth. And now the starting lineup for the Tritons. Number 1, Cadence Tauber in goal. Number 4, Sophia Bukovich. Number 5, Jasmine Gallo. Number 6, Amy Woodhead. Number 7, Freya Afflenzer. Number 12, Morgan Massey. Number 14, Natalie Rudman. Number 19, Abby Nip. Number 22, Morgan Wright. Number 23, Jillian Durger. And number 29, Kendall Drummond. The Tritons are coached by Luke Sheikey in his third year, and he's assisted by Jason Navis, Shauna Griffin, and Jonathan Thompson. At their last match, the Tritons played in Melbourne, Florida against the Florida Tech Panthers, taking a loss of 1-0. And after today's match, the Lady Tritons will be on the road Saturday to play Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida. Eckerd College men's soccer team is at University of Tampa this evening, and we'll keep you updated throughout tonight's live stream with their score as well. Quite windy out here tonight. Looks like a little bit of rain coming through, but it should hopefully hold off as we're starting right on time this evening. So we should have a great, hopefully dry game for the Tritons tonight. And we're off as the Spartans kick things off for us. Nicely sent there for the Tritons. Nice big first run and attempt there at the goal. Great pressure there by Nip. Same with Drummond. Spartans still able to maintain possession of the ball though. Lots of space here. Woodhead showing good defense here, as well as Durger trying to keep an eye on it but not pressuring too early. Nice stop there by Durger, who leaves it for Woodhead. Woodhead with a big run here. Sent, tripped up just a little bit. That'll go outside of the goal. Nicely done by Drummond there to maintain pressure. Throw in sent over the head of Gallo. That'll be sent back out by the Tritons and will go in favor of the Spartans. Spartans taking their time here. Big throw down the line, headed out by the Spartans. That'll be a throw in for the Tritons. Another throw in for the Spartans. And we'll have another throw in for the Tritons. Quickly taken by Gallo. She'll send it back into the middle for Massey. Back to Gallo, down the line. Interrupted by the Spartans as they take possession of the ball, looking to switch the field. Sophia Libman really hugging the touch line over here. Drummond tried to get in front of that ball but couldn't quite get there in time. Nice stop by Nip. Cross over to Durger. Durger close to the box, can't quite get a foot on it as she's got a man on. She'll send it back to Massey. Bukovic able to step in and take possession of that ball again. Sent it for Woodhead. That'll go off the outside of her foot and will be a goal kick for the Spartans. Bukovic to take the throw in for the Tritons. Massey able to get a foot on it, trying to fight here to maintain possession, which she does. Back to number 22, Wright. So Welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. While we had to step away for a moment, and we are trying to get our camera back up for you soon. But while we were away, number 7 Freya Afflenzer scored a goal, so the Tritons lead 1-0 early in the match. Nip showing pressure. Dangerous run here for the Spartans. Durger tripped up a little bit trying to retrieve that ball. Woodhead couldn't quite provide pressure there. Sent up into the air, settled down by the Spartans. Gallo protecting this ball for Talbot to collect, who will be patient and take her time, waiting for her team to push forward. Rudman showing a little bit of pressure there, but couldn't quite get a foot on it. Spartans still maintain possession of the ball. They'll send it to the back line. A lot of space to move forward here. Drummond trying to cut it off, forcing a pass wide for the Spartans. Big send forward for them, but headed down by Wright. Nicely sent by Rudman to Durger. Durger will send it back into the middle to Massey. Massey sends it forward. No one quite there in time. The Spartans will run this one down, leaving it for their goalie to put a foot on. Massey sends into the middle to Rudman. Outside of the box here for the Tritons, interrupted by the Spartans. That ball will go out of bounds and will be a throw-in for the Tritons. Bukovic coming to take it. Looking to Woodhead, sends it into the middle. Hard competition here between her and a Spartan. Rudman will send it through, looking for Durger. Durger couldn't quite get to that ball fast enough as they were interrupted by the Spartans. Gallo with a nice touch to bring the ball down to her feet. She'll send it all the way back to Talbot. Talbot sends it quickly out wide to Gallo. Gallo running it down, sends a pass down the line for Drummond, but headed by the Spartans. Wright sends another pass to Drummond. Pass to the back line for the Spartans. Nice send forward, looking to keep this in bounds. And they do, going in favor of the Tritons as Nip tries to maintain possession of the ball, but it's stripped away from her. Offsides called on the Spartans, number 18, Allie Wold. Bukovic to take the free kick. Talbot will come to take the free kick for the Tritons. Gallo trying to settle down to her feet, being shoved by the Spartans, but no call from the ref. Massey able to get a foot on it and control it nicely. She sends a big send for Efflinzer, but headed down by the Spartans. As you may be able to hear through the mic, it's quite windy out this evening. Both teams will probably look to keep that ball down at their feet and will probably take more grounded shots to avoid any curvature the wind may bring. Drummond with a nice run here. Oh, trips up as she tries to move her way around a Spartan, but still maintains possession of the ball. Bukovic coming out wide to collect this open ball. Lots of space for her and time to use to pass to Woodhead. Bukovic looking for a nice pass. She'll send to Rudman. Bukovic tells Rudman to send it back to Wright. Wright sends it into the middle for Massey. Massey over to Efflinzer. Nice run here by her. Excuse me, Nip. Nip to Drummond. Cleared out by the Spartans. Nip to take the throw in, looking for a big throw here into the box for the Tritons to possibly secure a second goal. Rudman comes up to collect that ball, and she'll send it out of bounds for a goal kick for the Spartans. Waiting for the whistle here as the Spartans take it short. Lots of room to move here for the back line. Sends it out wide, interrupted by Durger with a nice good run, looking to make a cross. The Spartans will send it down the line. It remains in just barely. Wright tried to step in front of that. It's interrupted by the Spartans, but goes in favor of the Tritons. Gallo sends into the middle to Rudman. Rudman to Drummond. Drummond back to Rudman in a little bit of trouble. Over to Durger. Durger sends to Woodhead. Nice diagonal pass down to Durger. Looking to cross it into the box, and she does, but it'll go in favor of the Spartans. Cleared out. Tritons throw in. Woodhead trying to maintain possession of the ball, and she does so very nicely as she sends a nice, beautiful cross into the box. Drummond able to get ahead on it. It leaves the hands of the goalie, looking to make a shot here. Rudman got a foot on it, but it rolled into the hands of the goalie. Great attempt there by the Tritons. Nip able to take a nice stop down to her feet. Has a good run here. Interrupted by the Spartans. Rudman trying to get that ball away, but a big run here for the Spartans. Bukovic tried to interrupt that pass, but couldn't quite get a foot on it. Good pressure here from Wright. Bukovic into the middle to Massey. Massey sends a diagonal pass down to Woodhead with Durger running alongside her. Woodhead taking her time, trying to find a good option. She'll switch the field over to Nip. Nip taking time to cross into the box. Drummond tried to get a foot on it, but it's cleared out by the Spartans. Massey settles it to the ground, but at the foot of a Spartan. Nice wide pass by the Spartans into the middle. Drummond trying to show pressure here. Afflinzer trying to settle. Both teams kind of waiting for it to take a couple more bounces without having to head it. Nice stop there by Nip. Nip sends it forward for Woodhead. Couldn't quite get there in time, as that'll go out of bounds and will be a goal kick for the Spartans. Gallo able to get a foot on that one. It'll go out of bounds in favor of the Spartans. We'll have a throw in. Tritons throw in. Bukovic looking to throw into the middle to Wright. Wright able to send a pass to Massey in the middle. Massey switches the field over to Nip. Nip with a nice, beautiful run here. Tries to give a pass to Afflinzer, but Spartans defense stops that pass, and we'll have a goal kick. Nicely sent by Smith. Tritons will allow that to go out of bounds, and we'll have a Spartan throw in. Going to be taken by number 16, Callie Nobles. Big run for the Spartans here. Cleared out by Gallo. It remains in bounds. Update for the men's soccer score, as Eckerd is at University of Tampa. Tampa is leading 1-0 currently. That goal scored by Pablo Marquez. Nicely cleared out there by Bukovic, as we'll have our first corner kick of tonight's match. Number 10, Sydney Dennis, to take it for the Spartans. Looks to have number 12, Haley McMahon. Nice save there by Talbert. Straight into middle field. Bukovic waits for it to settle down to her feet, as she'll send it back to Talbert, telling her to take her time. Nicely sent over to mid-right field. Spartans will utilize their goalie as they send it all the way back, looking to switch the field here, and they do. Taking their time, Afflenzer showing good pressure, forcing that ball to be passed and cleared out by Woodhead. Nicely kept in by Tally O'Leary as she sends a nice big pass to another Spartan, and it's cleared out by Talbert. That ball comes towards us. Quick substitution for the Spartans, and we'll have a throw in by them. They'll send it into the box, nicely stopped by Massey. Still trying to get possession of that ball. Gallo able to get a foot on it, tries to clear it out, but it's back to the foot of a Spartan. Shot attempt no good as that goes outside of the goal. Nicely sent by Talbert as Nip is able to settle it to her feet as it ricochets off a Spartan. She sends a pass in the middle to Rudman. Rudman to Afflenzer, interrupted by a Spartan. Massey keeping an eye on this ball along with Durger. Rudman sends it to Drummond, who's trying to work her way around two Spartans. Afflenzer with a break here as she sends it to Woodhead. Woodhead trying to get around it, trying to get possession of that ball, and she does, taking her time, looking for help. Durger providing it for her. She'll send it back to Durger. Durger crosses into the box. Touched down by the keeper as she collects it into her hands. That'll go out of bounds off of the Tritons. Down the line throw here over the head of Gallo, who's trying to show good pressure here, and Nip assisting her. That goes out of bounds off of the Tritons again. This time the Spartans throw back as they utilize their back line to move the ball forward even more. Nice pass there as we're looking to cross here for the Spartans. Cross into the box, up in the air by Wright. Redmond tried to get ahead on it, but so did number 17 for the Spartans, Lindsay Emerson. That'll be a goal kick for Talbert. Have a substitution for the Tritons as number 2, Raquel Olmerstadter, comes onto the field. Afflenzer in a little bit of trouble with a Spartan. Couldn't quite get to a free ball there, but that's all right. The Spartans will bring it all the way back up to the box. Wright showing good pressure here. Nice stop there for the cross to be cut off. Rudman trying to clear out for the Tritons. The Spartans remain in the box. Shot attempt goes over the fence. We'll have a corner kick. Here's the kick, and that goes off the side of the goal. Talbert with another goal kick for the Tritons as she waits for her team to get into their positions to attempt to make another run here. Woodhead with a nice settle down to her feet. She sends it over to Drummond. Drummond able to get a head on it. Athlons are trying to get in front of a Spartan here, but couldn't quite get there in time as the ball goes in their possession. Woodhead with a nice steal, trying to work her way around. Corner kick for the Tritons. Sent into the box. And we'll do it again. Raquel almost daughter to take the kick for the Tritons. Sent into the box. Whistle blown. And we'll have a goal kick to be taken by Smith. Smith sends it over to her left. It'll go back to Smith. Then to the right. Woodhead not showing too much pressure here yet. Afflenzer is, though. Remains in, although very close to going out of bounds on the touch line. Talbert allows that ball to come to her feet instead of picking it up. She'll send over to Gallo. Gallo looking for an option. She'll turn around and send it back to Wright, right back to Gallo. Gallo will send it all the way back to Talbert. Talbert with a big send forward to Drummond. That goes over both her head as well as the defender who is on her. We'll have a couple, or we were going to have a couple substitutions, have both a Triton and a Spartan waiting to get on the field. Smith collects that ball easily as she waits and tells her team to push back. Nice punt forward. Settled down to the feet of number 26, Talia Leary. We will now have our substitutions as Afflenzer comes off the field, switching places with Olivia Osbolt, number 8. Gallo with a throw down the line to Drummond. Drummond able to get out of a pickle with a Spartan as she sends a ball over to Osbolt. Osbolt looking to outrun this Spartan to get a good turn on a cross. She's tripped up just slightly. Durger tried to help her there, but they couldn't quite get the hips turned to make that happen. But we'll have a corner kick for the Tritons as Durger comes to take it. Durger sends it into the box. Osbolt able to get a quick foot on it, keep it grounded, and that'll be the second goal of the night for the Tritons. Well done by them, and well done by Osbolt, as she was one of the first athletes for the Lady Tritons to score this season. Osbolt, a sophomore from Lutherville, Maryland. That ball goes out of bounds off of the Spartans. Triton throw in. Vukovic coming to take it. Woodhead sends the pass back to the defensive line as Gallo makes a good run forward, tries to send it into the box, but it hits a Spartan. Big send forward for the Spartans, but the Tritons allow that ball to come to the feet of Talbert. Gonna have a little bit of pressure here from the Spartans that Talbert will pick it up. Nice punt into center field, headed by Massey. One more starter sends it down the line for Drummond. That goes out of bounds and was off of a Spartan. One more starter to take it. We'll have a couple more substitutions for the Tritons as Woodhead comes off along with Drummond. Looks like Sierra Hudson has come on, and I'll get that second one for you soon. Rudman neck and neck here with the Spartan, trying to push that ball back in favor of the Tritons. That other substitution coming on is number 15, Ashley Nelson for the Tritons. Massey sends it back to Wright. Wright sends it to an open Durger. Durger leaves it for Hudson to get a foot on. Hudson into the middle to Massey. Massey switches the field over to Gallo with a lot of space and time to work. She'll make her way up to the box and send it over to Nelson. Shot attempt here by Durger. And again, nice stop there by Smith as it looked like it was going to go off of her fingertips into the goal, but nice collection by her. Spartans with a dangerous run here as Gallo's showing pressure. It's going to be a goal kick for the Tritons. Looked like the Spartans wanted a corner kick off of that one, but they did not get it. Nicely sent into the middle. Talbert looking for Massey there. It's up in the air, headed multiple times by multiple people. Olmostadter allows it to settle down to her feet as she works her way around two Spartans. Massey sends it back to Wright. Wright sends it over to Durger. Durger with some space and time to work. Whistle called. Free kick to be taken by the Spartans. Number 16, Callie Nobles takes it, sends it to the back line, into the middle for the Spartans. Interrupted by Olmostadter. Nelson sends it over, Rudman sends it over to Nelson. Nelson into the box for Osbolt to get a foot on. Tries to send a pass. Offsides called on the Tritons. Just under 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first half of tonight's match. As for the men's game, the score still remains 0-1 as Tampa leads Eckerd. Eckerd College Volleyball also playing this evening as they're playing St. Leo. Olmostadter sends to Osbolt. Osbolt sends it down for Nelson. Osbolt into the box, but no one there to collect it but Smith, as she'll allow that ball to come to her feet and pick it up, waiting for her team to push forward. Sent up into the air, trying to settle this down. Over the head of Gallo. Wright able to settle it to her feet. She sends down the line to Nelson. Hudson trying to run this ball down as Spartans are able to get a foot on it. Great pressure here by Bukovic. Sent into the middle. Switching the field here for the Spartans. Big send forward. Bukovic able to get possession of the ball. She'll send it over to Osbolt. Osbolt tries to kind of chip it up and send a pass over to Hudson, but couldn't quite get the angle on that. However, it does go off of a Spartan, and Bukovic will come up to take the throw in. She'll send it back to Wright. Wright looking to switch the field here. She sends it over to Olmostadter. Olmostadter sends a nice through pass to Nelson. Nelson with a nice stop of a pass. Osbolt with the ball in the box. Able to maintain possession. Sends a nice cross off the foot of Rudman, and that just barely passes the goal as it will roll all the way to the corner. Goal kick to be taken by Smith. Headed in the air by Nelson. Osbolt tried to get a foot on it, but it'll go off of her back and out of bounds for a Spartans throw in. And we'll do it again. Over the heads of multiple Tritons to the last striker waiting for possession of the ball. Sent back by the Tritons defense, headed up in the air by multiple players as Olmersdottir tries to settle it down to her feet. It goes off of the Tritons. Nice big throw in again for the Spartans. Gallo sends it back to Talbert. Talbert with a quick kick up into the air. Settled down with a header by Nelson. Back to the feet of the Spartans with another good run here. Wide open midfielder on the left wing. Rudman trying to make a stop here. Still in possession of the Spartans as Durger comes in to help, clearing it out. But it still favors the Spartans as they try to make something happen in the last minute of the first half. Cross into the box, collected by Talbert. What a beautiful save by her. Talbert takes her time. There's no need to rush with just 30 seconds remaining. Sent into the middle. A couple Spartans get a couple heads on it. Free kick taken quickly. 10 seconds remaining. Hudson showing good pressure here, nicely sent out of bounds in order to not have the Spartans make a second attempt there. And that will end the first half of tonight's match between the Spartans and the Tritons. What a great match for both teams so far. Both teams playing with a lot of energy, a lot of grit, and really just trying to make every attempt at the goal that they can. We'll be back here in roughly 15 minutes, and you're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Our mission is to move you, to challenge your thoughts, to keep you paddling onward. No bricks and ivy, but sun and sand, where learning happens everywhere, even here. A home for the adventurous, the doers, the free thinkers, and the best friends. Where we push you to become a better citizen, problem solver, creator, for the careers of today and new ones on the horizon.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
we have there and the relationships I've built is something like I wouldn't be able to find just anywhere else.
It's just different types of people, so just seeing the new faces every day, having different types of conversation, seeing people are from everywhere at Eckerd College.
I would say the environment, the community, like the people that I've met is just so awesome. Like I know that after college, like I'll have lifelong friends, and I don't think I'd be able to get that anywhere else.
Get a preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill. For 30 years, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill has been the official gathering spot for Tampa Bay Rays fans. Located in downtown St. Pete, Ferg's encompasses nearly 2 city blocks with both indoor and outdoor seating with live music. When watching your next Tampa Bay sporting event, check out Ferg's. Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, J. Harper Consulting. J. Harper Consulting is Florida's definitive network of vetted contractors serving insurance carriers and clients. For your next contracting project, check them out at jharperconsulting.com.
The reason why Eckerd succeeds on and off the court is because of the tremendous support we receive throughout the year. I want to thank the members of the Teal-Insta Society for your generous gifts to help fund our teams.
Even a small gift can go a long way to support our teams, such as scholarships, travel, uniforms, and many other things. Please consider joining our Teal-Insta Society today.
Visit EckerdTritons.com/give for more information. Thank you, and go Tritons!
Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Novak & Powell. To achieve your financial life on better terms, thank the financial service advisors of Novak & Powell at novakpowell.com. Novak & Powell helps from managing and preserving your wealth to leaving a legacy for your loved ones. Thank you to preferred hotel partner of Eckerd Athletics, Residence Inn. Experience a peaceful waterfront getaway at Residence Inn Tierra Verde. Located directly on the bay, the Residence Inn is a waterfront hotel just steps away from all your favorite St. Pete attractions. When booking your next St. Pete getaway, think Residence Inn.
NCAA Division II Community Engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Cindy-O Wealth Partners. Cindy-O Wealth Partners can help you simplify your wealth-related decision-making through their years of experience and earned expertise, unwavering work ethic, and unquestioned integrity. Check them out at cindyowp.com.
Find a punch at the party.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Here, our mission is to move you, to challenge your thoughts, to keep you paddling onward. No bricks and ivy, but sun and sand, where learning happens everywhere, even here. A home for the adventurous, the doers, the free thinkers, and the best friends, where we push you to become a better citizen, problem solver, creator, for the careers of today and new ones on the horizon.
Have there, and the relationships I've built is something like I wouldn't be able to find just anywhere else.
It's just different types of people, so just seeing the new faces every day, having different types of conversation, seeing people are from everywhere at Eckerd College.
I would say the environment, the community, like the people that I've met is just so awesome. Like I know that after college, like I'll have lifelong friends, and I don't think I'd be able to get that anywhere else.
Welcome back to Johnson Field here at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm your host, Devin A. Williams, and you're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network as the Tritons kick off the second half of tonight's match. The Tritons currently lead 2-0 as the Spartans take a big run here to start off the second half. Sent into the box, cleared out as Drummond tries to get in front of this ball, working hard to maintain possession, but it will stay with the Spartans. Sent into the middle through a sea of Tritons, no one able to put a foot on it. Now nicely stripped from the foot of a Spartan by Wright. Nice stop there by Wright as that goes out of bounds, and we'll have a corner kick for the Spartans early in the second half. Big send into the box, nicely collected by Talbert as she was surrounded by a lot of people there. Nice, beautiful punt into center field. Woodhead brings it down to her feet. Massey sends a wide pass over to Nip. Cross into the box. No one there to follow it up as Smith runs that one down to collect for a goal kick. Throw in for the Spartans. Nice long throw in down the line as Bukovic tries to get a foot on it, and she does. That'll be another Spartan throw in as Bukovic cleared it out. Bukovic able to get a foot on it. Tritons not able to maintain possession though as the Spartans send a nice wide pass out. Handball called on the Spartans. Talbert will take the free kick. wind catches that ball a little bit as it has a weird spin on it. The Spartans able to bring it back to Talbert, but Triton's able to bring it to their feet, and that Massey was able to clear it out. As Nobles takes the throw in for the Spartans. Cleared out again by the Tritons. Drummond tried to save that one so that it would go in their favor, but couldn't quite get it in time. Nobles takes the throw in again over the head of Drummond. Big shot attempt there by the Spartans. That'll go over the goal, and we'll have a goal kick from Talbert. We apologize for any sound issues you may be having due to the heavy wind here that has started to pick up at Johnson Field. Drummond eyeing this ball, trying to keep it in and settle it and get a further lead here for the Tritons. Foul called on the Spartans as Drummond was tripped. We'll have a free kick that looks to be taken by Durger. Drummond running her way into the box with the rest of her teammates. Two-man wall being built here by the Spartans. Durger waiting for the whistle. Sent into the box. Nice curve collected by Smith. Smith takes her time on this goal kick. Nicely sent for the Spartans there, almost completely into the box. Good pressure there by the Tritons, stopping that early. Nice stop by Wright. That'll go out of bounds and in favor of the Spartans. Nobles to take the throw in. Durger with lots of open space to work here, but that'll be cleared out. That'll go out of bounds. The men's soccer teams of Eckerd and Tampa are currently in halftime as Tampa now leads 2-0. That goal scored by Vijosvedin. Good run here for Nip. As she's looking for an option, she'll send down the line to Drummond, interrupted by the Spartans. That'll get out of bounds. Gallo to take the throw in this time for the Tritons. Drummond able to get a leg on it. Still in favor of the Spartans here. Is a nice pass there for them. Big run here. Nice wide pass over, sent into the box. Great save by Talbert. Talbert taking her time, waiting for her team to push forward. Gallo sends it out wide. That'll go out of bounds as Nables comes to collect it. Drummond and Gallo both tried to show some pressure there. Spartans able to work their way around and find an option. Free kick awarded to the Spartans, taken quickly by them to the back line. Nice stop there by Durger. Durger trying to run this ball down, crossed into the box. It's collected by Talbert. Over to Nip. Nip sends it to Rudman. Rudman into the middle to Afflenzer. Afflenzer sends a pass over to Woodhead. Smith comes to collect that. Nip tried to get a foot on that one, couldn't quite get it, cleared out. That'll go in the Tritons' favor. Over the heads of a couple Spartans, Drummond trying to get it over their heads again. Foul called on the Spartans. We'll have a free kick that Gallo will take. Nicely sent forward for Rudman. Massey sends it to Nip. Nip for Gallo. Gallo able to maneuver her way through. Nice pass to Drummond, who was left wide open. Now the Spartans trying to make up for it by showing good pressure. Still kind of bouncing in favor of the Tritons. Massey tries to send a through ball to Drummond, but interrupted by the Spartans. Still in possession of the Tritons as Bukovic waits for that ball to get to her feet. She'll make a good run down the sideline with pressure. That ball will go out of bounds in favor of the Spartans. Headed up by Bukovic, still remains in as Woodhead tried to work her way around a Spartan. Headed up again by Bukovic, and then by Massey. Settled to the foot of a Spartan. Nice through pass there. Wright able to get in front of that ball and pass it to Talbert. Talbert sends it fairly low into the middle to Massey. Massey over to Durger. Durger making a good run here. She'll send it forward for Afflenzer. Cleared out by the Spartans. And we'll do it again. Durger to Afflenzer with the throw in. Afflenzer tried to work her way through the middle of two Spartans. Foul called, free kick awarded to the Spartans. Sent into the middle. Drummond and Afflenzer looking to show some pressure here. Quick pass from the Spartans. Moving down the line. The right with some pressure here. Cross attempt. Nice pull back there for the Spartans, and that shot goes straight into Tauber's hands. Nip sends it to Rudman. Rudman takes a quick pass off the foot, one touch to Drummond. Durger sends it to Afflenzer. Afflenzer called for a foul, as we'll have a free kick here taken by Nables for the Spartans. Sent into the box, headed by Gallo. Drummond able to run up to it, looking for an option that's forward. Afflenzer's there for her, but a couple Spartans follow. It remains in, but then goes out along the touchline. Nables sends a throw in down the line that comes straight to Nip, who's able to get a foot on it, but it goes back in favor of the Spartans. Durger interrupts it though, and then another interruption from the Spartans as they work their way down the line. Nip trying to get a hold of this ball, and she does, as she sends a pass to Drummond and then becomes an option. Nice diagonal pass there as Nip looks across into the box, and she does, looking for a shot here by Woodhead, and blocked by Smith. Still, it remains in bounds, but the Spartans will clear that one out as it goes over the fence along the Tritons bench. Throw in for the Tritons. Massey trying to keep possession of the ball, trying to make a turn here. The ball stripped from her feet. Sent up into the air, settled by excuse me, not Nables, that's Brynus. Crossed, and that goes into the goal off of the fingers of Talbert. The score now 1-2 with 27 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the match tonight. And we will know momentarily who that goal was scored by for the Spartans. Rudman in a good position here. Nice pass to Woodhead. Tried to get a good shot on that, but it bounced off of someone before going into the hands of Smith. Big send forward into center field. Nip able to be the first one to get to that ball as she sends a nice pass for Drummond. Drummond looking to make a cross there, a collision between her and Smith. Both seem to be pretty beat up after that collision. We'll see if they need a moment for the trainers or not. Drummond has gotten up and is walking off. Same with Smith. Both of them just a little bit shook up, but walking it off and looking to continue playing. I believe we should have a drop ball here. And looks like we will. No one there to strip the ball from that Spartan in center field. Durger able to get a foot on it. Rudman trying to protect her. Sends it back to Bukovic. Bukovic down the line to Durger. Durger with lots of space and time to work here as Nip on the right wing runs down the line with her opposite. Woodhead trying to maintain possession of the ball as she's got a man on. Just a light drizzle beginning here at Johnson Field. Cross in the box by the Spartans. Talbert with a nice stop there. Nice collection by her. Foul called on the Tritons. Free kick to be taken by number 4, Sophia Carlholm. Cleared out by Nip to Nobles. Afflinser, great defense by her there, but that'll go off of her foot and will be a throw in for the Spartans. No real option there. That'll go over our heads. Spartans will do it again. Drummond showing good pressure here, but the Spartans still able to connect a couple passes. They'll send it back. Nobles with some room to work. She'll switch the field. Afflinser tried to get in front of that tall pass, but interrupted. Talbert comes to collect that ball. Tritons watch the way that ball bounces as Drummond and Woodhead allow it to come to Afflinger's foot. Afflinger sends across in. Durger brings it back into the box for the Tritons. Handball called. Free kick taken into center field. Nobles, lots of space to work here. Nip tried to cut that one off, but not before Nobles was able to send a pass over, collected by Talbert with a shot attempt from, I believe, number 5, Mia Zubiate. Straight up into the air for Talbert, but that'll take a couple bounces as Afflinzer watches it. Noble sends it back in Talbert's direction. Gallo able to stop the Spartan from collecting that ball, and she'll take her time as she sends it down the line to Afflinzer, who sends it to Massey. Massey looking for an option here as she'll send it back to Nip. Nip sends it back to her. That goes off the leg of a Spartan, number 18, Allie Wold. We'll have a couple substitutions for the Tritons as Abby Nip and Jillian Durger come off and welcome Melina Peloteau and Raquel Olmosdotter back onto the field. Nice throw in there by Olmosdotter to get to Drummond. They'll say that ball goes in favor of the Spartans. Touched down, but ultimately settled by Olmosdotter to send a pass over to Rudman. Rudman and Drummond working together as Rudman leaves it for Drummond to take. Afflinzer providing a good spot for her. Lots of Tritons kind of tripping, but still remain in possession of the ball as Rudman tried to send a pass into Olmosdotter. Drummond still has the ball, trying to get the hips squared to take a shot on that, but great defense here by the Spartans, really pushing back on the Tritons. Gallo sends it forward for Afflinzer. Nables down the line to her teammate. Great connection of passes here for the Spartans. Sent into the box. Vukovic trying to get in front of it. Peloteau, great defense here. Massey able to send it forward. Looks a little bit shaken up. Massey coming to pressure that ball. Rudman clears it out of dangerous territory for the Tritons as Woodhead and Afflinzer come up to try to strip this ball away. Afflinzer tripped there, no call. Drummond able to get a foot on it. Sends it past Afflenzer, looking for a shot here. Miss hit. Both players trip over each other on that one, but the ball still remains in as Nabel sends it into the middle. This one will go out of bounds and in favor of the Tritons. Olmstadter to take it. We'll have a couple more substitutions for both teams as number 26 comes off for Tampa and Osbolt comes back on for the Tritons as Drummond runs off. Olmstadter looks to send, Gallo looks to send down the line to Olmstadter. That goes off of a Triton. Nicely settled by Rudman. Nice footwork there by Olmstadter to work her way around that Spartan. Woodhead looking for an option as she's trying to do the same. She'll send it quickly over to Massey. Massey switches the field over to Peloteau. Peloteau able to keep it in. That'll go all the way back to Smith, and she'll keep it at her feet rather than picking it up. Vukovic able to settle that ball to her feet. Out of bounds, goes in favor of the Spartans. Just 15 minutes and under 30 seconds remaining. Sent into the middle for the Spartans. Rudman trying to run this ball down as well. Nabels sends it with a nice through pass, not challenged by the Tritons. Wold able to work her way all the way up, cross into the box, interrupted by the Tritons, but back in possession of the Spartans. Off the corner of the box here, sent in, collected by Talbert. And sent out by her teammates to assist her in that. Afflenzer all by herself down here, trying to make a run for the goal. Throw in will be in favor of the Tritons. Peloteau to take it, looking for an option. She'll send it up to Osbolt. Cleared out by the Spartans. We'll do it again. Woodhead coming to assist. Massey as well. Tried to turn the hips, get a shot on that. Shot attempt by Massey again, straight into the arms of Smith. Sent by Smith down the line. Off of the Spartans, Olmstadter comes to take the throw in. She'll do it into the middle to Massey. Massey to Rudman. Rudman sends it back to Gallo. Gallo looking for an option up front, and she finds one. Afflenzer able to kind of settle that ball down and leave it for Olmstadter. She prepares for a diagonal pass down the line, and she takes it well as she's got to pull back just a little bit, sent into the box, and that'll go into Smith's arms. Triton's looking to clear here. Struggling just a little bit as the ball up in the air. Paleto able to get a head on it and really clear it out here for the Tritons. She'll pass it down the line, but no Triton there to collect it as the Spartans get it back in their favor. Paleto does the same thing, but that time it'll go out of bounds, and the Spartans will have a throw in. Vukovic trying to get in front of this one, and she does so. Corner kick for the Spartans. Sent into the box, punched out by Talbert, up in the air again, still in the box. Now Wright trying to run it down, and she does so very well as she now has a lot of space and time to work. She's looking for Afflinzer to become open enough for a shot attempt. Cross into the box, headed down by a Spartan and ultimately cleared out, but not too far. Massey will send it into the middle to Rudman. Rudman will send it back to Paleto. Lots of space here for her as she'll send a down the line pass to Osbolt. Osbolt looking to send a short pass to Paleto. Paleto with a grounded attempt. What was most likely a cross, but almost went into the goal as Smith had to punch it out off of the tips of her fingertips. Collected by Smith. Nice big punt. Headed by Woodhead. Settled down by the Spartans. Nine minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the tonight's match. Having a few substitutions here. Almost starter sends it over the heads to Afflinzer. Osbolt leaves a nice pass for Olmstadter. Missed touch on that ball. Olmstadter trying to get it back. Spartans working hard to maintain possession of this ball, but Massey interrupts them. Nice cross into the box, headed out by the Spartans, still able to maintain it in bounds. Rudman sends it to Massey, who didn't quite look prepared for it. Rudman will send it back to Gallo, who has had a little bit of time. That goes off the foot of the Spartans. Olmstadter to take the throw in. Afflinzer making a quick run towards her to get that ball. Afflinzer into the center to Massey. Massey to Rudman. Rudman sends it back to right over to Vukovic. Vukovic down the line to Paleto. Peloton with some room to work here as she sends a through pass to Afflenzer. That'll be cleared out and will be a corner kick in favor of the Tritons. Clock has stopped. Sent into the box. Cleared out quickly by the Spartans there as Osbolt runs down with Brynus. Out off of the Spartans again as Olmstarter will take a throw in. Down the line to Osbolt. Osbolt leaves it for Olmstarter. Ricochets off the leg of Nables. Olmstarter sends it down the line again for Osbolt. Osbolt able to send a pass into Afflenzer, but interrupted by the Spartans. That ball will go out of bounds by the Spartans again. We'll have another throw in for the Tritons. We'll have a substitution. 6 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. Headed out by the Spartans. We'll do it again. Down the line to Osbolt. Osbolt able to keep it in. Goes off of the Spartans once again. Almost started to Osbolt. Handball called off of her. Headed by Olmstarter. Woodhead allows it to settle at her feet. Woodhead leaves that ball for Olmstarter. Goes off of Olmstarter's foot. Rudman able to stop that pass. Do it again for Nables. And again. Sent into the box by Nables. Bukovic runs into Talbert, and Talbert was unable to collect that ball. The Spartans able to score. The game now tied 2-2 with just 4 minutes and 39 seconds remaining. Bukovic sends it forward for the Tritons, settled at the foot of a Spartan. Before Peloton can show any real pressure, she sends it forward. Afflenzer trying to work her way back towards the goal for the Tritons, interrupted by Nables. Nables sends it into the middle. That goes towards Olmersdotter's feet, off the foot of Number 18, Wold. The Tritons allowed that to go out again in their favor. Olmstetter coming off the field along with Pelliteau as Durger and Drummond come back on for the Tritons. Gallo waiting to take the throw in. Nice stop there by Rudman. Foul called on Drummond as we have a free kick taken by number 21, Lauren Holshar.
I get angry at myself, that's fine.
Nicely sent forward for Osbolt, but couldn't quite get there in time. Durger able to get a foot on it, goes out of bounds. Spartans send it down the line. Nabels sends it into the box. Durger with a nice big run here down the middle of the field. She sends it over to Afflenzer. Afflenzer sends a nice diagonal pass down the line for Durger. Durger into the box and caught by Smith. Smith with a nice send. Comes to the head of a Triton, Rudman. That'll go out of bounds. Osbolt able to get to that ball. Goes in favor of the Tritons. That ball will go now in favor of the Spartans. Nabels takes it down the line. Rudman able to get to it first, sends it up for Osbolt. Osbolt gets a head on it. She'll follow up. One minute and 10 seconds remaining. Right. Sends it forward. Tritons trying to take the lead again here, but at least keep it tied. Rudman runs down the line, looks to pass to Drummond. Drummond trying to work her way around Nabels. Cross into the box. Punched out by Smith. Durger attempt again. That goes off the outside of the goal. 35 seconds remaining. Big send. Rudman able to get a head on it. Same with Massey. Bukovic sends it forward. Drummond will allow that ball to go out. Gallo takes it quickly. Drummond running down the line. Shot attempt. And that's the match for this evening. Great game for the Spartans and the Tritons as they tie 2-2. overall, both teams played great defensively. The Tritons had a great first run at really getting towards the goal as soon as they could, and the Spartans took that same opportunity in the second half. But once again, the defense in this game was just absolutely extraordinary on both sides. We look forward to seeing what both of these teams have in store for us for the rest of the season. Few games rescheduled to make the season go a little bit longer than it would have due to Hurricane Helene and Milton. But thank you as an audience for being patient with all athletics in the SSC and rescheduling and postponements of games. And we thank you for staying tuned with us, and welcome back to SSC Sports after 2 major hurricanes impacted the area. Once again, your score this evening is tied 2-2 for the Tritons and the Spartans, and we will see you again here on Saturday for a men's soccer match against Lynn. It will be the men's senior night as the women will be away at Lynn. Some updates on the scores for men's soccer at Tampa. Eckerd still down 2-0, and as for Eckerd volleyball, they are winning 1-0 against St. Leo. Thank you so much for tuning in to this evening's match. We hope to see you here again on Saturday. I'm Devin A. Williams, and you're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.